Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Evelyn. I am the Evelyn here at Crane's Hearth, and we are getting ready to do a Techo Kaigi. This is the first video in 4 to 5 videos about my 2023 setup here on the channel for the Homestead. And I'm going to be giving you guys a look at the journals that you will be seeing in the monthly setups, which are every 4th Thursday of the month. And also a glimpse at some of the other notebooks that I have that I use to help me keep the Homestead going. And just to kind of hopefully give you guys an idea about what you can do with your notebooks that you might not have seen in the plethora of lists. Maggie, please don't try to make friends with the tripod. 1 second. Come here. You want to come say hi? Of course you do. Hi, baby. Mommy's filming. I must interrupt. Oh, what am I going to do? Yeah, okay, now go lay down. No, go. Go. We would have been. Go. Shoo. Go on. You knew I needed to get work done. Now let me get it done. Hashtag life with animals. Okay. Let's start out with the journals that you're going to be seeing in my everyday bullet journal setup videos. And you guys, if you tuned in for my December setup, you will have seen this traveler's notebook getting set up. This is from the Archer and Olive Summer 2022 subscription box. I absolutely loved this cover. It is just so cheerful and bright, and I absolutely love it. That's why I decided to go ahead and use it for the nights of the year that are the darkest. And on a new moon in December, you can see the dust of the Milky Way here at my property. We are that rural. Our closest big city is an hour away, and we don't get light pollution off of it. I guess that means it's not a big city, but in this particular everyday notebook, everyday bujo, I am going to be using Alistair method for a lot of my weekly tasks. I'm trying to stick to one notebook for the months of December, January, and February. And I'm only fitting 3 months into this traveler's notebook. I'm not going to try to fit more months than that into it because I'm just not that kind of a bullet journaler. I would like to get to the point where one notebook, everything in my daily life that is personal. Things that involve the Homestead, however, they have their own notebook, and you guys will get to see that here in a little bit. If I run out of room in this, though, I do have long form journals that I have set up for the next several months. And they are, because long form journaling for me is a pretty important part of my life. It's an important part of how I deal with my complex PTSD that I've had since I was a very little girl. Tried the age of 2 in terms of how little. And I really do wish that they had had that diagnosis when I was a kid. My life would have been so much easier. High school would have been so much easier if bullet journaling had existed then. Which it might have, but I don't think it was as well known. Man, high school would have been so much easier if I had bullet journaling then. Okay, the next notebook after that you're going to be seeing is going to be a little one that I made. This is just one I threw together because I was feeling bookbindy. This ribbon right here is from the Archer and Olive Fall 2022 box. All of my junk journals have this ribbon wrapped around them. It worked out perfectly. This is craft paper from an Archer and Olive B5 notepad. Come to find out, when you fold over B5 paper, you end up with a B6 size notebook. And I still have like 10 or 12 pages on that notepad. So one notepad is managing to last me, we're ready to go on a year because I got it in the Black Friday sale last year. Now, this little notebook is for 1 month only. It's for the month of March. And I am using Archer and Olive stickers and washi tape in it when that month rolls around. I'm using the March Fly Away With Me monthly theme kit that they came out with this year. I'm curious to see if they keep those through next year. The theme kits seem to really get a positive response, and depending on what their July theme kit is next year, I might treat myself for my birthday, but this is what you're going to be seeing in March. And this one is going to be one that I fill at the end of each day. I'm going to go ahead and put the date and the day on the next empty spot or next page, and we'll see if I fill this. And if I do fill it before the month is over, I've got more pages. I can make more signatures that will be easy peasy to attach onto this traveler notebook style. And then I know you guys were seeing that there in the corner. Boom. So this is a very bright yellow. Very bright yellow. But the more I thought about it, the more the color actually kind of grew on me. And for those of you who are pagan, yellow is one of the colors of prosperity. One of, depending on your tradition. And I'm wanting next year to be a very prosperous year. So I'm working on bringing a little bit more of that color in. Now, this will be my April onward. And when I hit April especially, I'm going to be doing my best to not have the long form journals that I have on the side in addition to the everyday bullet journal. My long form journaling, I want to move into my everyday bullet journal because that's just how my brain goes. And if it looks a little bulgy, it's because I've already got stickers in the back that I'm going to be using. But this is the 192 page from their from Archer and Olive summer box. Almost all of my Archer and Olive journals, minus the ones I got back on Black Friday sale, link right there, are from the boxes. I really enjoy the boxes. I know that the boxes are not exactly everybody's thing, but me being who I am with all of my different hobbies, the flower press from the last box, absolutely love that. I'm actually going to be putting together a wildflower peek book, and that's actually sitting over there, but I haven't started it yet. So you guys are not going to get to see that in this video, but I might include that in a later video. But with this being 192 pages, it'll be interesting to see how many months I actually fit into this, because I have an Archer and Olive B5. This has been my everyday bullet journal since July, and November is the last month that I am fitting in here. This back pocket is full of mementos. You guys can see I've got the elastic on the back. I don't know if it's going to hold this together, but this is a B5, and I barely fit 5 months in here because of how I journal. So back on the proper day you go. And in November, I'm using Alistair method for all my tasks and everything. And I'm finding that it depends on what's going on that month. Some of my months I use Alistair, and some of the months I don't. So those are going to be the ones that you see in the everyday journal plan with me's, fourth Thursday of every month. Now, let me introduce you guys to the notebooks that you will see more often in the vlogs, which I do my best to try to have out every Sunday. I will take you guys along while I set them up. 2 of these are going to have their own setup video. So they're going to be in the same video together, but they're going to have their own setup video. But let me introduce you guys to one that you're going to be seeing frequently. This is the Homestead project list. This is the house task list, and this is the one that is the master list of everything that is going to get done here on the homestead. Now, The reason why I've got this in its own notebook is because I was finding I was losing tasks during my monthly migrations at the end of each month, which is not how you keep things functioning on a homestead that you are building from the ground up. This is from the Spring Archer and Olive notebook box. It has perforated pages. And for those of you who are worried about that, these are serious perforations. You have to work to tear the page out. This is not like the perforations that we got used to in high school and college, where if you sneezed at it wrong, the poor thing would and explode all over the place, as though Matilda really did not like that book. So you guys will be seeing this probably in a lot of vlogs. You will probably actually see this in some of the Plan With Me's, because what my goal is with this notebook is when we decide, hey, we're going to start working on this particular task, it's going to get its own page in here, and I'm going to break it down into action steps. The action steps are what are going to go into the everyday bullet journal so that I'm able to time manage things better. Because when you just have a task of clean house desk, okay, great, you've got that task, but you don't know how long that's actually going to take you. And depending on the mess, you might actually need to break it down into a few chunks, which is my goal actually for later today, which is why it was the first thing that popped into my head. I have drawers, I have cabinets, and I have a desktop that's in desperate need of being cleaned, because that's where one of my cats eats, because one of my other cats keeps trying to beat the ugly off of her. This is not an Archer and Olive notebook. This was from Amazon. It's a... Does it even say who made it? No, it doesn't. This was just a notebook that I found on Amazon. I did a search for dot grid notebooks and then went from price lowest to highest. And at that point in time, this was on sale for $2.15. It is 120 pages, I believe. And the paper in this is about 100 GSM. So this is the garden notebook. This is our garden journal. This is where I'm keeping track of what plants made it through the year, what plants made it through after being planted as seeds. And this is the one where this coming year, where if we get the blasted rain gauge set up. You know, I thought of that earlier. What? You guys are actually getting to watch me put the project thing to use. Put up rain gauge. There. Okay. Boom. And the reason why it's going into the project notebook is my husband and mine's life has a tendency of being a bit interesting from time to time. So we'll forget about a project pretty easily from time to time. But once we get the rain gauge up, this is where I'm going to be keeping track of precipitation totals. It's where I'll be keeping track of the monsoon season and what it's doing weather-wise. This is where I'll be keeping track of what plants are in the raised garden, the container gardens, and hopefully the greenhouse this year. Leave me a crossed finger emoji down in the comments. The other notebook that you guys will be seeing paired with the garden journal setup this year is going to be the house diary. The house diary is a completely separate notebook for things involving the homestead and things that we want to keep track of, like, oh my god, we got this much rain this week, the leach field is overwhelmed. Yes, I said leach field, welcome to rural living. And you guys can see this is the Archer and Olive balance. I got almost every single version of this notebook that they had when they had this back in fall of 2021, because, hello, Crane's Hearth. How could I not? Okay? And if you're wondering if that makes me a sucker for anything with cranes on it, I plead the fifth. I will be taking you guys along for the setup for 2023 in the house diary. The house diary is a bit more complex this next year. Last year it was pretty simple. It got started in roughly April when we first moved in. That was in a different notebook. But once I got this in, my husband looked at this and went, can we please make this the house diary? So it's like, okay, fine. We'll make the big, nice B5 the house diary. For 2023, I'm going to be taking you guys along while I do setups for our indoor animals. We have 2 dogs, 3 cats, and I didn't have a page for them in here because I derped hard. So I will be making a page for each of them in here to keep track of their health, any injuries they might have sustained. Like my youngest dog, Choctaw, right now has a slight limp. And from what all I can figure is she slightly sprained it while playing. She's an Aussie cattle dog mix as far as we can tell. And being a working dog that she is, she's just kind of like, meh, whatever, over said ankle being twisted. Keeping track of weights at the beginning and end of the year, anything we might notice that, oh, hey, they really don't like eating this. Along with, there will be a couple of pages for the livestock that we are hoping to add this year, and that is chickens. One of the things that I want to track with my chickens is how old they were when we got them. When did they start laying eggs? Does such and such chicken hate chicken X? They really, really like feed X, but they really hate feed Y. Things like that. And over the years, outdoor animals, outdoor livestock, we'll probably have a few more pages each year. We are hoping to either by fall of this next year or in 2024, include our outdoor livestock to have some ducks, a couple of turkeys, and hopefully a couple of cooney pigs. We'll see if the cooney pigs happen. But when it comes to poultry, we're on track. So, that's what you can expect in their video later this month of December. In case you guys are wondering, I'm actually filming this in November because I wanted to get it done and out of the way, and I would have a better means of putting together my following videos of 2023 playing with me and setup, and would know what kind of questions to answer in the voiceover that might occur to me and friends while watching it. Now, more crane stuff. This little notebook is my annual notebook. Now, we're not going to have a setup video per se for this particular notebook because this is where I keep track of the Homestead bills, what we are paying on them, how much our paychecks are, and how much we are able to budget and save up for major investments and purchases. This coming year, we have to buy a 4x4 and a tractor if we manage to find one at a good price used. If we don't manage to find the tractor at a good price used, it'll be the 4x4, and then we'll be working on saving up to buy a brand new tractor. But also in this particular notebook, there will be a few other things that, because of how many everyday bullet journals Hi, could you not run? Hi, Fiona. The cats are here, at least one of them. Given how frequently I'm going to be changing notebooks in 2023, this was just the best option because I did accidentally lose track of a couple of bills between my monthly migrations. No, Maggie, go away. Go. Let me work. Go. My husband is not home and I can't shut the door. So you guys are just going to have to deal with me talking to the animals a little bit. I'm sorry. But I will take you guys on a short video walkthrough of how I've got this set up in order to help me keep track of bills and the budget and savings and a couple of other spreads that I'm not going to tell you guys about until the video for this particular little notebook, because I am finding I am a huge proponent for having an annual journal. A small one, mind you, because everyone's needs are different, but having one place that my husband and I can go to for our bills and our budget became pretty obvious and crucial. Now, these are notebooks that you guys might glimpse in the background. They might pop up in vlogs, but I wanted to show you guys kind of what I was using them for, just so that you could have a rough idea of some of the ways that I use notebooks. Now, this particular little notebook, which was from the 2021 Fall Art Journal subscription box, it's a pocket size. They have these in some of their collections. This is my research and development notebook for my little crochet business. This is where I do my custom order tracking. This is where I do my brain dump. This is where I do my pattern testing notes. And the little pocket size like this is perfect. And I've only used it up halfway. There we go. Only about halfway. And I expect to probably still be in this through most of next year, because I haven't decided if I'm going to be reopening my shop yet. I'm keeping an eye on certain economic factors, and we'll see if I do. Now this one, from the same box as the one prior, is my pattern notebook. It's a pocket size as well. This is where I put my crochet patterns and my knitting patterns that I use frequently, that I've just kind of come up with on my own. And one of the things I need to add to this is some knitting notes here in a couple of days once I get them found. But I don't see myself filling this up in the next year. So you guys will probably see this little notebook quite a bit. As a matter of fact, if we film from this angle for any other videos, you'll note that they end up right there, along with the Homestead Projects notebook. Tuck, tuck, tuck. And then the annual notebook goes right here. So that's that explained. This is my long form journal, which I will probably be using a lot of in November here coming up. No. One second. Oh, what is this? Oh, what is this? Hiya! As a cascade. No, one throw. Only one. Go. You only get one right now. I'm like 2 notebooks away, okay? You can wait. Sit! No. Go. Go. You gotta be patient. Another notebook that you guys might see in the corner in the background of quite a few videos and vlogs will be this one, which is from the Archer and Olive Summer Collection. This particular notebook is a magical notebook. It's a large number of practitioners would call it a book of shadows. This is my magical workbook. This is where I go over my books and my prior journals, and this is where I put together magical workings. Magical workings like protection magic on my dogs so that they don't get hurt. Right, Twerp? Derp dog. She's refusing to make eye contact. And then the last of the notebooks that you guys are going to be occasionally glimpsing is my video idea notebook right here. This is where I, at the end of every month, will pull all the video ideas out of my everyday bullet journal and put them into here. That way, when I have a month where I want to put out an extra video, because as it is, I put out a video every Sunday and every fourth Thursday, when I have the mental energy to put out another video in the second week of the month, this is what I'll hit. This is the notebook that I'll hit. And and in case you're wondering if I have my 2023 Plan With Me setups in here, yeah. Make sure, yeah. All right, yeah, I got all of them. So that is the Techo Kaigi for Crane's Hearth. One of the next videos, if I stick to what I've got here. So the next video is we're going to be breaking down the annual journal and what all's in it. And I'll also give you guys an example of how a month might look in the journal. Video 3, which will be the week after video 2, is going to be the project notebook and me showing you guys how I've got it broken down and some of the things that I'm using in it that are totally bullet journal method. We'll be doing the house diary setup and the garden journal setup, and I'll be giving you guys as much context as I can, as I am still figuring out how to do voiceover with my new computer, because the video editing software that I have, which is Clipchamp, doesn't have an option for plug your microphone in and record a voiceover while you're watching as you're editing. Unlike some of the other... Hey! No fights while I'm filming, damn it. Then video 4 will be the everyday bullet journal setup for January in this puppy right here. And I'll also be talking and giving you guys a heads up about what my themes are going to be for the next year, just because I feel like that might be fun. And then video 5 might be just an end of year kind of wrap up, answering questions. I'm going to do my best to anticipate questions from you guys. But if you're watching this and you have like 2 or 3, please be sure to leave them in the comments down below. I would love to start fielding some questions from you guys. So at the time of recording this video, it might have updated by the time this goes up. We're up to 54 subscribers here on the channel. I don't know how many of you are stationery enthusiasts or vlogging enthusiasts, or you just find I'm somebody you enjoy listening natter in the background. Either way, I appreciate every single last one of you being here. Thank you so much for choosing to share your time with me whenever you click on one of my videos. And if you are new here, I hope you have decided that you want to come along for the ride in 2023. There's a subscribe button just right there. It would make my day to break 100 subscribers by January. We're halfway there. Can we do it? Probably. I get teased by some of my friends who are like, you've been on YouTube for 1.5 years and you have how many subscribers now? And I'm going, the vlogs are kind of boring, okay? I'm a little boring. It's okay. I try my best not to have too much happen on the channel that might overexcite people, because the world is a very weird place, and when you're here sharing your time with me, I would like for you to be able to relax while you're doing so. And I think that was it for this Techo Kaigi. If you enjoyed it, please leave me a thumbs up. Please don't forget to strongly consider hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave me a comment down below about questions that you might have about my bullet journaling, about spreads, about the homestead. Some of what we do here in the homestead, we do keep close to the chest because that's just the way we are. And other parts of it we're more than willing to talk about and share with you guys. I think I already said thank you for sharing your time with me today, but I'm going to say it again. Thank you for sharing your time with me today. And I will catch you guys in the next vlog, which will be on Sunday, and then next week, I already read that off. So, you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you next time.